Hi, everybody. It is a few minutes after 10, and here we are again. Just going to wait for a few people to join. Not sure who's going to be on tonight. And there I am, touching my face again. Hello. How are you? Hi, folks. I'm glad that you were able to join me. And, we keep taking it day by day and trying to fathom this thing as it is ever changing and as the scene changes around us, as we try to learn more about it and try to accommodate. Hi, Sheila. Nice to see you. Oh my God, look at you. It's been such a long time. Nice to see you. Evie, hi. It's great to see you. Myra, hi. I'm glad you made it. And I'm glad you were there for your friend who needed you. There's nothing more important we can do right now. Oh, thanks so much, Adele. I appreciate it. It's, I keep trying to put myself together, even if I'm not going anywhere. And of course, these days, I'm not going a lot of places. Although I would have had to go to the post office today to mail a package because somebody bought something from me. The problem is they bought a pair of shoes, and all I can find is one of the shoes. So, oh, thanks a lot. I can't believe it. It's so good to see you. Um, your job just told you to stay home. I know. I know. Oh, thanks, Myra. I don't agree with you, but thanks anyway. Some days better than others, but I try. I really try because, you have to keep your morale up. I think it's very hard. And I think it's hard for a lot of people who are feeling particularly isolated. I know a number of us. Where is the other shoe? Evie, I'm ready to kill myself. I have searched my house 3 times. You know something? I really should. I can't bend down to get to the bottom of the bed. I searched the kitchen. Now, mind you, I have bags and bags of stuff because I have all this inventory. Oh, thanks, Carol. Thanks. I hope. I know you're not normally awake at this time, except when you were not able to sleep. So how is everything doing, Bella? Um, yeah, it's been a long, long time. So, I mean, I've got to find that other shoe because otherwise I'm going to be totally mortified. I can ask her if she wants me to send one, and I'll send the other one when I find it. Or alternatively, I have to have her wait, and I don't like that at all. I really don't like. Here I am touching my face. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that you're okay. I really have not been. Yeah, yeah. Is the news in the UK a lot about COVID-19? Because here, that is all there is. That is the news. Today, when I was watching the news, Evie, I'd love to do it. That's always fun. That if you were talking to me, I don't know if you're talking to me or Bella, but if you're talking to me, I love doing that stuff. And it's great. Oh, thanks. I have to tell you something, Bella. Having been as sick as I was, there is an upside to it. Maria, hi. I am. Thank you. I'm grateful that I am. I'm trying to be cautious at this point. Rita, great to see you. I'm trying to be cautious. I'm trying to be good. I'm going to stay home as much as I can. Yeah, yeah. It's you do need to have some kind of a sense of normalcy. When I was watching the news today, we have this local news station called Channel 12, and it brings us the local news from this area. It is a while since I've done a Get Ready With Me. I can do that easily enough. and hopefully talk about some other stuff at the same time. So I'll plan on doing that very soon. I also want to do a shop my closet kind of thing, or I can actually pull things from my Poshmark closet. The Prime Minister shut the schools. Yeah, the schools here have been shut. They just announced today that they are closing the malls, the whole malls. So Roosevelt Field is going to be closed. Channel 12, they talk about, they repeat the news all day long. It makes me crazy. But today, they did an interview with a woman whose mother was the third person to succumb to the virus in Suffolk County. She didn't feel well last week. She was living in an assisted living, very together woman, very wonderful, healthy for what she was, and all of that. The malls closed there too. And they said the hardest part of it, aside from losing her mother, which is dreadful, is that when she started to go downhill, she started to go downhill very fast. And she got a call from the doctor saying that they didn't think she was going to make it through the day. The problem was she couldn't go to the hospital. She was she was being quarantined because of her having seen her mother and having been exposed to it. And she couldn't be with her mother because they stopped allowing visitors to the hospital. So when her mother passed away, she couldn't be with her. And she was crying when she was telling the story. And I cried when she told the story because what a horrible thing to feel. On the other side of the coin, she was talking about how wonderful it was that the nurses were so good to her mother, and that one of the nurses stood there with her, and of course, all gloved and all covered in all of her gear to keep her healthy, but that she held her hand the whole time, so she didn't feel alone. But it's definitely a scary time. Can you imagine how emotional? A really terrible, terrible thing. Her mother lived to be 90 years old, and she actually had come from Vienna, and they were saying that she lost most of her family in the war and World War II, and that she married when she was here. Bella, that is so true. People are acting like animals. Yeah. So, she went through a tough time, but she had a wonderful life here. She met her husband when she was sent here by her father to keep her safe. I think you're right, Evie. I think a lot of the providers are going to need to have some therapy. One of the doctors who had a 12-hour shift was on talking about the disease, and a lot of people were asking some really good questions. Really good questions. I mean, so many things to be concerned about. And nobody knows the answers yet because it's too new. So it's really hard. It's very hard for the providers. I know somebody who works in a hospital setting, and he is a tech, and he had to do some testing on some of the people who they thought had it. And of course, that puts him at risk. So it's scary stuff. It really is scary times for everybody. The biggest problem with it, yeah, the biggest problem with it is that it's the unknown. There is no frame of reference for it, so we're learning along the way. It's kind of like marriage, and it's kind of like being a parent. It doesn't come with an instruction booklet. You really have to figure it out as you go along. And I think even the people who are not affected directly, hi, Mary, the ones who are not, yeah, yeah, I mean, they were talking about China has no new cases. That is good. That is good. What? What is that? A Canadian talked about Korea had the result of the test in 5 hours. Hi. They were saying that the um, they could get the test result. I think it was Japan that they could get the test results in an hour. It's kind of like I can name that tune in 3 notes, but there are places that have very quick tests available. I don't know why that kind of thing can't be shared between countries so that it can be easier. You have no tests. They actually opened a couple of places here on Long Island. They opened two. They opened one at by Stony Brook Hospital, and they opened one at Jones Beach. So they've done their first testing there, and it's been going pretty well from everything I've been hearing on the news all day. So, I have it on and I'm listening just as we all are. Oh, swell. Swell. What was that? Oh. Name that tune, right? I don't know. I don't know. I wish that they could have the results faster. And I mean, for some people, it's really terrible. They said that they were bringing in those hospital ships. You saw the one on Jones Beach? Yeah. They said that that went very well. It started yesterday. The one in Stony Brook started today. So, yeah, it's all we can do is kind of take it one step at a time. I think some very enterprising shop owners have realized the tremendous need people have for things like toilet paper. So there are places that sell food or whatever. You got your roots done. Oh, good for you. The floating hospitals, right, the two of them. They said one was going to the East Coast, one to the West Coast, I believe. Yeah, I didn't hear that part. But these enterprising shopkeepers were offering a free roll of toilet paper with the stuff that they ordered from the place. Everything is bare, Evie. Everything is bare all over the place. My friend who did some shopping for me yesterday sent me a picture, and I think I might be on the other phone today, so I might have a picture of it. I'm not sure. It is great marketing. It's very smart. It really is very smart. Someone else, I forgot. Someone else was doing a whole package, and I think it was an amazing thing. They were doing this package of things. It was $150, but it gave them enough food for, I don't remember, 5 or 7 days. Plus, they got 30 eggs, they got 4 rolls of toilet paper, and they got X number of other things. I know. I know. And money is a significant issue at this time with everything that's going on. I know they're talking about all the initiatives, but until they happen, who knows? They wiped out condoms. Oh, Sandy, that's hilarious. We'll buy makeup, right? Let me see if I can find this thing that, yeah, look at this. Look at this picture. My friend, they filmed some makeup. Oh, you've pre-filmed them. Yeah, I know. Take a look at this. He went into the store yesterday. He was going to try to get me some toilet paper. This is what the store looked like. This was a Big Lots. So it's a big store. And here's another aisle. Look at this. Absolutely bare. It's as if all the stores are going out of business. It really is. And he was told that even if he was there when they had a delivery, you got the charcoal micellar water. Isn't it, Evie? I love it. I use it every single day of my life. I love it. I feel so clean. It really is wonderful for my skin. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad it's working for you. Um, it's exactly the same. I think it's that way all over. It's people, well, I think some people panic, and that's one thing. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got mine on Amazon, and Amazon was very good. No. Oh, you're picturing chocolate colored stool? Well, you picture whatever works for you, Sandy. This was really funny because when he went shopping for me at this other store, I needed something to eat, something healthy because I've been eating anything but healthy stuff since this started. So I know. But I don't think it's them so much as the people. But anyway, he apparently doesn't eat fish and never cooked fish or never bought fish. He didn't know what to get. So I said, take a picture. So he took a picture of this for me. He's starting another round of chemo tomorrow. Yeah, he's gonna. Nobody else is working though. I hope it goes well for him. Take a look at this. Doesn't that look great? Beautiful piece of fish. Yeah. Um, my biggest issue is not with the people who bought it and hoarded it because they're fearful. It's bad enough. My real issue is with the people who look at something that is devastating to the world and they think it's an opportunity for them to make money. That to me is deplorable. It really is. If you see the suffering of others as your opportunity to take advantage of them, to gouge them on pricing, that is terrible. Terrible. Yeah, and some of the stores were saying that they were going to limit the amount, but then when people have tried to there have been fistfights in the places. They're reselling the supplies. That's exactly it. And they are, asking tremendous prices for it. It's just wrong on so many levels. I could talk a lot about that because I find it disgusting and um, the restaurants will deliver. And I did find out here that that a number of the restaurants are open. You can come pick the stuff up or you can have it delivered. And I'm definitely, hi Casey, I'm definitely going to try to go tomorrow to the bagel store here because I love their bialys. They're absolutely delicious. I want to get some tuna. They have limits at Costco. Oh, that's good. You're so right, Evie. It does bring out the best and the worst. They up the delivery charge. Well, I'm not going to have it delivered anyway. We'll go pick it up, so that's okay. Yeah, I do. I'm going to try to go to as I say, to the bagel store tomorrow. They also happen to have the most delicious rice pudding. They just make incredible rice pudding and they cover it with whipped cream and then sprinkle it with cinnamon. And it's just so bloody good. It really is. So if they have any, I'll try to get 2 of those. I managed to get red grapes the other day, and they were delicious. And I do have some healthy things to have. When I get the fish and that whole piece of fish, they have such good this is a whole side of the fish. Take a tape measure when you go, right? I'm going to be able to make some nice meals out of that. So that's really good. That entire piece was $15.45. Normally, one piece is $15.45. This is fresh Atlantic salmon. How do you cook what? How do you cook what, Rita? I also have to buy some canned vegetables. I'm not a canned vegetable person. Fish, well, for me with salmon, I like it a couple of different ways. I like it with lemon and butter and dill. I think that's a really nice taste. I also like it with other seasonings with the lemon butter. I also love it with a Paul Prudhomme salmon um, mixture of seasonings. And one of my favorite ways is I make it with spicy brown mustard, a layer of that, and then cover it with crunchy onion rings crushed. So that makes for a wonderful topping, and it's absolutely delicious. And it's in a pan on the cooktop with a little butter. Yeah, no, it's really, really good. All 3 of those ways are good. I do. I put it in the oven. You like it made by somebody else. Yeah, I put it in the oven, and it's absolutely delicious. It really is. And I can have it for days then. So it's something I enjoy. So another thing that I like to make when it's when you want something that you can have for days. This was a recipe by Paula Deen. She did it, I believe, with regular chopped meat, but I do it with turkey chopped meat, or usually turkey chopped meat. And I make it with onions. I make it, oh God, my aunt used to make salmon croquettes. I make it with onions. I make it with red, yellow, or orange pepper, and oats, like Quaker oats. I use the Irish oats, tuna or salmon. That's funny. So I do that, and then what else do I put in it? I put in tomatoes, can of tomatoes. I'm trying to think of what else is in it. Egg. And I top it with a mixture of mustard, ketchup, and brown sugar. And you just put that, layer it on top. Absolutely delicious. It really is delicious. And it can last for days. Another way I like meatloaf, and I haven't made it in a long time, but I used to, is to make it however you like to make your meatloaf. And then I would just pat it down as if I was going to make a jelly roll out of it. And then I would put a layer of um, stuffing, bread stuffing that was that you moisturize with chicken broth. And then I would pat a layer of that on and then roll it up so it becomes like a jelly roll, but so good. Yeah. What I was going to say was the other way that I've made that meatloaf is with Hi Nona. Yes, Thank God, so far so good. Yeah, I'll definitely, I'll give the recipe on that, sure. The other way that I do it is instead of the stuffing, I do a layer of mashed potatoes and roll that up. So either one of those ways is good, and it's kind of a comforting kind of feeling. I also like, and I bought some honey because I want to do candied carrots. I don't know if any of you eat that or have had that, but I like to make it. I will use the steamer. Your mom made poor food, spinach, mashed potato, or sour cream with mashed potato. I have to tell you, I was talking to my brother Marty, and we were talking about my mother's food. My mother was a wonderful woman, as you all know, I've told you, and she was just so good at so many things and the most caring, wonderful human being. But she was not a great cook. She really was not a great cook. And she made a great turkey. She made a great roast beef, but not too much else. And oh, Kasha and Bose, you call it a jam roll? Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, the difference in the wording for all of this stuff. But oh, so we were talking about potatoes that my brother was saying, and I didn't remember this, that my mother used to make us baked potatoes and she would pour spinach juice on it. Now, when I say spinach juice, I mean if you got spinach in a can, the stuff, the liquid, and she would pour it over the baked potatoes. And my brother, to this day, exactly, it just it evokes all kinds of horrible memories. David is doing well, Bella. Thanks. He's doing really well. They went through a rough patch. I don't remember exactly how long ago it was. I don't know. Was it? I'm losing track of time. Was it a year ago? I don't remember. But they're doing well. I'm very happy for them. They're rebuilding. Everything is looking good. They have moved, and they got moved. They moved from the condo that they had into an apartment. So they're temporarily in an apartment, probably for 2 years, and it's good. Oh, yeah. I mean, there are so many things that are different in the way that we say them. One of the expressions that I absolutely love, and because I have a couple of very dear friends from England, I love the expression bits and bobs, and I tend to use that often. You s- That's funny. That's really funny. So, oh God, my hands are like sandpaper. If I don't start to use hand cream on them, I'm going to be in real trouble. I am just, you know how hard it is to be washing your hands 100 times a day singing happy birthday to you? That's really funny because the doctor who was talking tonight on the news was saying that she taught her first and third graders. You are interested in meditation. Oh yeah, I would love to do that actually. I didn't want to bore anybody, but I would love to do that. Actually, I was kind of wondering what was going to happen with this whole pandemic, and there's a real fear that people are not going to be spending money on things that are not absolute necessities because in this great uncertainty. But tonight I had somebody buy a pair of boots that I was selling, and I didn't get as much for them as I had hoped to get, but I sold them and I am very happy. So that was nice. And I did sell the pair of shoes. If I can ever find the second shoe, that'll be a good thing. So yeah, things are selling. I'm not able to thrift now. I wouldn't go to a store. I've been very fortunate though. I've gotten donations of clothing and things from Linda, from her roommate, from this other woman, from another woman whose father passed away, and I got some of his things to sell. And I'm going to be getting some more men's stuff. So it's an arse. Oh, I know, yes. I do know about that. But I also wanted to show you, this is some of the stuff that Linda just gave me to sell. So there were a few different kinds of things. This is bone china, and it is from, who can see? Salisbury, bone china, made in England. And this one is Devonshire violets. It's a very delicate thing. I think this is a vintage piece. Isn't it pretty? Yeah, I think it really is pretty. So she gave me 3 different ones. Let me show you. Watch me break it as I show you. This is another one. And this one has the design in the cup. And this one is Ainsley bone china from England. 25% off. Oh, I know, the stores are closed. It is what it is. So I have this, and I have one more. I don't want to break it. This one. And this is what it looks like. I think it's really pretty. Oh, hi, Rosanna. Yeah, aren't they nice? Really nice. This one is, I give up. It's something Grosvenor, China, England. Yeah, so they're very pretty things, and I suspect there are people who collect all this thing. What did you? Oh my God. Oh, wow. Oh, oh, I thought this had a, no, it's the design in the cup. So it's been interesting. It really has. I have been so busy. No, there's not more. It's just the cup and saucer. She gave me 3 of them. And she also gave me some glass dishes that are painted red around the edges. They've shut the Empire State. They're not letting more than, I think now the recommendation is no more than 10 people in an area. They're closing everything down. They really are. There was a declaration today, there was an executive order that businesses could not have more than 50% of their workforce at work, that they had to have no more than that. And some of them were having fewer than that. So they're really doing everything in their power to enforce this social distancing, as they're calling it, in a hope to keep the curve down so that if there are not as many cases, that it's, yeah, I've watched Cuomo over and over and over. The border into Canada's closed. Yeah, all the hair and nail salons. And I mean, everything is, for them to close an entire mall, that's astounding to me. They said that it was going to be closed until the 29th, I think they said, and then they'll see. So everything that anybody wants to buy, aside from essential services and essential things like food and drugs and things like that. I mean, I think he certainly is trying to play catch up. I think he is, because I think his initial reaction to this was what's the word I'm looking for? It was cavalier. You know, I think he just didn't get the seriousness of it. They do have reduced hours at the supermarkets, and I heard that a lot of the supermarkets were having a special time in the early in the morning for compromised people, senior citizens, and other people who were compromised, so that they could have the ability to do their shopping without having to deal with a whole lot. So that's a lot of people are trying to help. Some of it's enforced, some of it they're trying to do themselves. And there are some wonderful things that are being done by people and making a difference. I had heard about, who was it? It was a sports person, and maybe one of you can remind me who it was, who he and his wife said that they are donating 1 million meals to people who need it someplace in California. So I don't recall all the details of it. The first hour for the elderly. Yeah, that's what they're doing here as well, Bella. Oh, hi, but you're here. That's the important thing. So, yeah, Sandy said so when this is over, a lot of long hair, hippie, fat people will emerge. Yeah, I don't remember what time they said. I think they said they were, I'm pretty sure Target said they were closing at 9 p.m. so that they could restock the shelves. So apparently they're going to do that. And if they're restocking at night, then maybe there will be something for us seniors if we go early in the morning. The only problem is I would have to sleep sitting up. I cannot get up to be any place at 6:30 in the morning. Exactly, Mary. Yeah, I saw that, Myra. Was that funny? Yes. See, with me, you can see it right now, so you don't have to wait 3 weeks for me. Mary, yeah. It, yeah, I saw that come across Instagram. I think it was Instagram. Yeah. You playing with Play-Doh and singing Let It Go. Aw. Aw. I have to take a look and see what movies are on Netflix or whatever to see, something to watch and all of that. But I have a lot of work to do, and I've been doing a lot of work. And in 9 months, you're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. There's going to be another, yeah, there are going to be a lot of babies born 9 months from now. Bagels. Yeah, I called the bagel place today to see if they were open for pickup, and they said that they were. So I'm happy about that. So if I go in, if I can just buy those few things, I think I'll be happy. I did get my meals delivered, and as awful as the food was, and God forgive me for that, but it's very hard to eat some of the time. Today, what I had was they called it beef with cheese, I think, and onions. Very thin slices of whatever it was. And they said it came with broccoli. It came with broccoli stems. There was one teeny tiny top. It came with broccoli stems. Was not the most appetizing thing in the world. But I said to myself, but I have food, so I shouldn't complain. They do. They bring, yeah, they bring, they bring a couple of, like, I get 4 dinners on Tuesdays. So they'll bring me the 4 dinners, they'll bring me 2 little containers of milk and 2 itty bitty containers of juice. And I will get 4 slices of whole wheat bread and 1 oatmeal cookie and sometimes I get an orange. On Friday, I get 6 meals, and I get 3 little things of milk and 3 tiny little things of juice. Oh, I also get a sugar-free vanilla pudding, occasionally a chocolate pudding, um, a thing of pears in some kind of liquid. The thing that amazes me is that the pears, I keep trying them over and over again because they look perfectly normal. They just have no taste. I mean, no taste. My neck is killing me. Oh, they have absolutely no taste. So that is not a good thing. But I have it, and I get an apple sometimes on Fridays, and I get 6 slices of bread on Fridays. I get 2 whole wheat, 2 rye bread, and 2 pumpernickel. So it's really good. For a long time, I was being really good, and I was having 1 slice of bread a day. Well, that has stopped. I'm making sandwiches now, and I'm having my toast and butter. I discovered Aldi's ice cream, which was a really bad thing. They said on radio, the malaria medication. Yes, I saw that they were trying it. Maybe I could put brown sugar, oats, and butter on the pears and warm it. Not a bad idea. I actually want to make apple. Do you ever do apple crisp, I think it's called? They sell the apple crisp in a box. And then you do your own apples. And I don't remember if you add butter to it. I don't remember because I haven't made it in a long time. And then you bake it in the oven. I I only use half as much of the crumble as they recommend, and it's still very sweet, but it's absolutely delicious. It's like a crustless apple pie, and it's really, really good. So that's a nice thing to have. And I often make chocolate pudding pie, and I make it, it is really, really good, Myra. As a matter of fact, I'm salivating at the thought of having it. Yeah, that's definitely something I want to make. I want all the comfort food. I want mashed potatoes. I want, all that stuff. Oh, I started to tell you with the when I you're gonna oh yeah. I'm so glad you stopped by. It really was nice to see you, Bella. Take care. I hope you do get some sleep. It's really late there. Come to think of it, it is now, God, if it's 11 o'clock here, it is 4 o'clock in the morning there. Somebody liked something of mine on Depop, and I've been getting a lot of likes on my stuff on Poshmark, so that's good. A lot of new follows. It's all good. It's all good. All I want is sweets. It's terrible. The ice cream that I got at Aldi's it's, what is it called? Oh, that might be on the other phone. Might have been. It is, I think it's chocolate. I think they call it chocolate fudge truffle. Oh, yum. It is so good. Yes, they sell men's clothing. I'm actually selling quite a bit of men's clothing now because I've had hot fudge sundae. Yes. But this is called, I'm not sure if I sent the no, it's on the other phone, I think. Oh no, it's not. This is it. Chocolate fudge truffle gelato. This is it. I don't know if you can see it, but oh yum. It is so good. This is what it looks like from the top of the container. What it looks like now is an empty container because I ate it. It was so good. A little bit at a time until you eat the whole thing. As in, I can't believe I ate the whole thing. That really is good. So that, and the one thing I really miss, you made a cake today. Oh, uh, did you bake it too long, do you think? I haven't baked in such a long time. I really haven't. But I would like to make those things. And maybe I will do a video showing that. I mean, it's nothing spectacular to show, but maybe I can do that. I think what I want to do at this point is kind of do videos just about life. Yeah, because if you bake it too long, that'll happen. Yeah, what we're going to have to do is figure out how to get through life right now. When I think about it, and I think about the days after my surgery, well, long after my surgery, when I finally made it home, it was such a long time that I was in the house every single day. There was no option to go out. There was no option to do anything or go anyplace. And my goal every day was to just get a little bit better so that I might have a future of some kind. And now just being stuck, it was so scary, Myra. It really was a terrifying time. But look how far I've come. I'm so grateful. I'm just so grateful. I feel as if I got a second chance that I might never have had. So all of this is a gift. And I want to do something with it. I want it to make a difference. One of the people who watch, oh, sorry about that. Um, One of the people was saying, the dogs are doing great. Thanks, Carol. Yeah, they're doing just fine, except poor Milo. I think he's deaf. It's very hard for me to get him in when he's out because he'll lie down, and if he's facing the other direction, I could call him at the top of my lungs. He doesn't hear me. I have to kind of uh, hit the door. He can hear that sound sometimes. So it's sad. He's 13. He was 13 in February. So Bailey is 12. She's 11. And time moves on. So it's hard. I mean, I don't want to think about life. Sounds like your husband. So it's difficult. We do the best that we can, but they're wonderful, and I absolutely adore them. And I'm really happy that I was able to get them back. Yeah, yeah. I think he's got a problem with his sight as well. I also have got to cut the hair down. I have so much to do. Your Yorkie is going to be 14. It is hard. It is really hard, and you don't want to think about that day that you know is coming. And every time I've had to face that in my life, I always promise myself I will never put myself through that again because it's so painful. And yet the love that they give us is so wonderful and so pure. It is devastating. But the other side of the coin is that incredible love they give you. Yeah, it's really tough. They have so much to teach us. Animals. I love them all. I mean, occasionally on Instagram, I'll put out one of those stories, one of the dodo things that come across that I fall in love with. And I really think they have so much to teach us. And I think we should pay attention. They're so much better than we are. They're so much purer than we are. I know. 18 years. Oh my God, Rosanna, that's incredible, though. On the plus side and on the minus side of that, of course, is that, oh my God, how do you deal with the devastation of it? When my dog, Cagney, died, she she made it to 1 month shy of her 16th birthday, and I was so devastated. I honestly felt as though I couldn't live without her. I had this fleeting moment when I wanted to go with her. It scared me because I could not imagine my life without her in it. It was really hard. I wrote this gut-wrenching thing about it at the time, and it was, I mean, she was my, if a dog could be a soulmate, she was it. She really was. Oh God. Yes, it was so meaningful to me. I so wanted to save her, but when the doctor who came to finally, put her down, he said to me, "Yeah, it's hard to do." When I said, "Is there anything we can do? Is there anything else? And maybe she'll be okay." And he said to me, "Do you want to wait till she starves to death?" It's hard. Oh, little moth, how nice. Just what, oh, I have ants. Does anybody else have ants? As of, I think about a week ago, I started to have them in my bathroom, in the sink. They were driving me nuts. Well, they don't appear to be in my bathroom anymore. I now have them in the kitchen instead. They moved into the kitchen. I absolutely can't stand it. And of course, I don't want to put any poison around for the dogs. Awful. I hate it. And they came so early, so I was really surprised. They definitely do become our kids, Rosanna, don't they? Yeah. Oh my God. When I think of Cagney today, I really believe that when I die, she'll be waiting there. I really do. I think so. So let's talk about something else because I don't want to cry. I would like not to. Okay. I think actually on that might be a good note on which to. Texas has ants. Are they big? Everything's bigger in Texas, right? Okay. I think I'm going to end it for tonight because I'm getting a little bit of a dull headache and my neck hurts. It was a beautiful sunny day. Yeah, that's great. Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, well, we have the carpenter ants and we have the little ones. Oh, thanks, Mary. Um, I did see Melissa's video, and oh my God, I felt terrible. She did not look well. She really did not look well. I'm very concerned about her. I mean, she's very thin anyway, but apparently this pneumonia really has her down. If that's the one you're talking about, I assume that it is. Yeah. She said that she feels better and then she feels worse again, but she sounded awful. She really did. And I assume that everybody know that she does not have the virus, that this is something different, because pneumonia, can be part of that as well. I didn't get to see the whole thing because something happened. I don't recall what it was, but I never got to finish it. But I did see a good part of it. Yeah, yeah, I'll go back and watch the rest of it. I don't know. Oh, she's waiting on results? Not good. It's really not good. Okay, on that note, I'm going to end it for tonight. Um, I'll let you know tomorrow on Instagram and on, she's waiting, and on the Night Owls page, if I can. If I can be here tomorrow night. If I can, I will. And otherwise, I will try to be here on Friday. But I'll try for tomorrow night, okay? So take care and perfect timing. Bye-bye.